Lovella, Paradiso, and I live in Kannapolis, North Carolina. Well, I hold all of my stress in my shoulders and my neck, and in addition to having two bulging discs in my neck that are both bulging out to the left from a car accident a long time ago, my shoulders, my neck are always stiff. I've got knots that are like golf balls under my skin. Every few months, I have to go in to have trigger point injections to try to break up those knots, and it's painful, but it does help after a while, but it doesn't last very long. And I've got calcium that's somehow deposited in those knots because they've been there for so long. It's very painful. If I get stressed out, nervous, anxious, the first thing that happens is my upper body just completely seizes. I also have arthritis in my shoulders, so it aggravates that. I have nerve pain, the whole 9 yards. I decided to try using the infused water on a rag and just putting it on one side, so kind of like in the crook of my neck and my shoulder. And I just left it there, and I went about my business working. And within like a half an hour, I took the rag off because I was actually going to re-wet it. And I noticed that my right side, which is where it was, didn't hurt. And I was like, well, maybe I'm just feeling better miraculously. And then I moved my left shoulder, and that was still stiff and painful. And I was amazed because nothing ever like releases that tension in my upper body like that. Like there was no pain at all. I didn't expect that. I mean, I expected it to be a little bit better, but I didn't I didn't expect to be able to, like, swing my arm around and it not crackle. With fibromyalgia, I was diagnosed with it when I was 30, so 13 years ago, and not sure what caused it. They think it's a combination of my car accidents and having a history of depression, which it seems to coincide with. But either way, it's a bear to deal with. In addition to just having really sensitive parts of my body, like my upper arms and upper legs. A normal person, if you take your finger and poke them in the upper arm, it just feels like you're being poked with a finger. If you do that to me, it feels like you hit me with a hammer. And so I'm just overactive pain response. And in addition to just having that, I have all over body pain. When I get stressed out, it makes it worse and it causes a flare-up. Weather affects it. But on top of the pain aspect, there's also just this lack of energy, just complete energy drain. You're tired. No matter what you do, how much coffee you drink, how much water you drink, you still feel tired all the time. Now, I don't take anything for a fibromyalgia. I don't like taking medicines, but I usually just, deal with it. It is what it is, and I deal with it. I started drinking the HydroGenie water, the infused water, and there was an immediate difference in my energy. I felt, the best way to describe it is awake. I didn't feel like I was in a fog anymore. And I drank it throughout the day. And in addition to removing the fog and making me feel awake, I've got more energy. I feel my mood is a little lighter, if that's even possible. And my pain is decreased. I don't feel that all over achiness that I normally feel when I have a flare up. And I've even started drinking HydroGenie water in the morning to replace coffee. Now, you got to understand, I am a coffeeaholic. I love coffee. and nothing keeps me away from my coffee. I've got a pot going all day long. I've started the morning. I've now looked forward to drinking the water in the morning because it makes me more refreshed than coffee does, and it wakes me up in a cleaner way. It doesn't feel. I don't feel jittery. It's not a jittery feeling. It's just you just feel alive and awake. Well, I've got 2 herniated discs, one right on top of the other. It's like L5 and S1. My lower lumbar and top of my sacral spine from a car accident hitting 4 trees backwards at 85 miles an hour. Don't ask. But they're always there, and I know how I can move and how I can't move and how long I can sit, and I cannot stand for any length of time, and I have to keep getting up when I'm sitting at my desk. When I've moved the wrong way, slept the wrong way, the pain is intense. I can't even describe it. It's a deep pain. It's in the bone. It's nerves, and it's not a muscle thing that you can kind of relieve with heat. Nothing really takes that pain away. So I had moved the wrong way or bent the wrong way last week, and decided after experiencing what I did with my shoulder and using the HydroGenie water on a rag, I decided to do the same thing, and I wrapped a rag around the back of my waist, put my shirt over it, sat down at my desk, and went to work. And again, forgot about it. I get distracted, I'm busy, and I forgot about it. And I got up, realized it was there. I was like, I should probably change that, put more on. And when I took it off, the pain was gone. So I'm 43 almost, and I don't go outside much because I live in North Carolina and it's humid and there's bugs and fire ants, and I work at a computer, so that's usually where you'll find me. Needless to say, I don't have much of a tan or anything like that. And over the last year, I've gotten really pale. I think part of it's just stress induced, and I'm anemic, and so I look pale. And my natural complexion is not pale. I've got Native American heritage, and as a kid, I mean, I was medium skinned. So I had this like grayish, almost grayish look to me that makes me look pretty gross. Also, my skin has been very dry over the last year, and I'm not sure why, but I didn't even think about the effect HydroGenie water or treatments or anything were going to have on my skin, my complexion. But the other day I happened to be messing with something on makeup or whatever, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I was like, was I like pressing on my face, or is it, I'm not having a hot flash, but my cheeks were rosy, and they weren't just rosy, they were in like a healthy way, not like a rosacea way. They were rosy, and they looked more supple. They didn't look so old. I also suffer from having hereditary dark circles and lovely double eye bags on both of my eyes. And both the I've actually gone since I started. I didn't tell you this. I've not been wearing makeup. I never go around without at least concealer under my eye and maybe some mascara and eyeliner. I don't go full, Monty with like lipstick and blush and whatever, but I have not been wearing makeup and feel good about it. And that's nuts. I'm 43. Like, I'm going around not wearing eye makeup. And the reason, I've always made sure I had makeup on when I went out, at least just the concealer under my eyes, is because of my eye bags and dark circles. I look like ghastly. And I look, my face is just healthier. And I've noticed that the rest of my body too is not, the skin is not dry and flaky. And that's my favorite. I mean, yeah, I'm happy with the HydroGenie effect on my pain. You would think that would be the biggest thing, but I'm like, whoa, I'm a girl, so I don't. I'm like, my face looks younger. I didn't expect that.